All right, folks, how we doing today? So back to another informative video here. Let me just start by saying this. I appreciate you guys watching and listening to my content and all that. Hope I'm able to help out in some kind of way. But I want to let y'all know something, all right? There's no trolling on this channel, okay? If you don't like the content on this channel, that's who you don't have to like it, okay? But there's a way that you can speak with some type of decorum, okay? But if you don't like it, you can find another channel. That's what you can do, okay? So that includes to YouTube subscribers as well as any type of federal or law enforcement, all right? So, but anyway, how's your day going? Today is, let me see here, 9 March 2021. I got about 8:30 in the morning Pacific time here in Las Vegas. We go by Pacific time here. So today, all right, I want to talk about the fall of Alex Smith and the importance of what to say, when to say it, and to keep your mouth, and then times where you just keep your mouth shut. So as you know, Alex Smith was the quarterback of the Washington football team, formerly the Redskins. Okay, and he was cut, I believe it was this past Saturday, so that would have been like, I'm trying to think, what day would that be? Like the 5th or 6th, all right? Yeah, he was released, and now he's a free agent. And what the thing was, I think it was one of it was icing on the cake was his mouth. Okay. Now, let me say this: the way they wanted to do that model there for the Washington football team was they wanted to try to keep Alex Smith. Okay, they went to the playoffs. He had spent a lot of time hurt. Okay, he was on a 3-year contract. He spent half of 2018 and 2019 with a broken leg. Okay, like he broke his leg in a few different places, and it took about a dozen and a half surgeries or whatever to fix his leg. Okay, so yes, it was a gruesome injury. All right, but he worked hard to get back out there. And he did end up getting the comeback player of the year. And they ended up going to the playoffs, and they lost the first round against Tampa, which was a pretty good game. And he was not present for that game, okay, after it was a calf injury. So that's what happened to him. But I don't know what happened. If maybe by him getting the comeback player of the year, and maybe he just started feeling himself too much or what. I believe that they had some problems in the front office. That's just what I believe, all right? Just from having my own business, and you know, it's a lot of guys I know from back home in the 757. Shout out to the 757 in DC. Peace and blessings. That I grew up with, that played in the league, that played basketball and football. A couple of cats played like minor league baseball and all that. Again, I don't know if he took his frustration out on the media or what, but the thing that got him, I think, fired was him talking smack on the GQ magazine, okay, saying that Washington didn't want him, or they last year, and then they were doubtful of him, and he came back or whatever and helped the team and all that, all right, which is really a no-no, because what my belief of what happened was, the owner, Dan Snyder, wanted to keep him on the books or whatever, okay? They wanted to keep everything the same because the coach, Ron Rivera, and I think many of the fans or whatever, and the owner, he felt that they could probably make a run for the Super Bowl, or it was predicted that, and don't laugh, but Washington and Tampa may play again for the NFC East title, okay? No, the NFC title there, okay, to go to the Super Bowl. All right, and I'm not saying this because I like Washington. You know, I grew up in the DMV. I do like Washington. I've always enjoyed them playing when they're since I was a kid. When John Riggins ran in that touchdown or whatever, that was way back in like '83. Okay. So I like them. I'm not gonna say I'm a fan of anything. Okay. But anyway, I believe they wanted to keep him, but he was on probation. Now I'm thinking the thought was, look, they had everything lined up. They got this new guy named Heineke, okay, that went and he played very, very well in that playoff game against Tampa. I think threw something like 350 something yards, and he was the people's choice or the player's choice. But Alex Smith was more of the front office type dude, and he had that type of role. Okay. However, if he could not stay healthy, or he was could not produce, I think they wanted to set it up to where they were ready to play Heineke right away. Okay. And I believe that they would have done all right, even with a 2 quarterback model. If he would have got hurt, then they would have been all right. All right, but I believe it was like, we're going to keep you, but whatever, just do what you need to do. And again, he couldn't keep his mouth shut. It was kind of like a probationary period. I'm thinking all he had to do, this is Alex Smith that is to stay out of the media unless it's good things. Went out there, played on the spring camps or whatever they do, whatever he needed to do, and get his money. I think if he would have stayed this year, he would have got something like $18 million. Okay, something to that effect. He's not going to get that money with another team. All right, dude is like, he'll be 37 pretty soon. He's got all that medical baggage with San Francisco and Kansas City, with his, I think, a knee injury, and then a spleen injury in Kansas City. All right, and it's funny that when he got hurt, you got Kaepernick and you got the other guy, Patrick Mahomes, that went right in, ended up playing well and ended up going to the Super Bowl, both of them. Okay, you know, that's kind of ironic with this guy. All right, but his biggest mistake is talking smack on GQ, okay, talking against the team. Let me tell you something, okay, and I'm telling you from the experience, because I learned this when I was in the Army. At no time, okay, well, let me say this. It's different if you're within your organization. Maybe if you have a department within your organization, okay, it probably could be dealt with like by reprimand in-house, okay? That's what happened, I think, with John Gruden right out here in Las Vegas, was trying to talk to Richard Sherman, but the time was not right, and he ended up getting fined for tampering, okay? That's another thing, okay? But when you get out on this Main Street media, or when you leave and when you go out abroad or whatever, you represent the whole organization, okay? Or the whole NFL. Let's just say if you went out there and did something stupid. And this is what happened with Ray Rice. I think they wanted to keep him for a little while longer, but you know, with him getting in trouble with the domestic violence thing or whatever, and they got into TMZ, and they got the tape. The NFL, okay, found out they had no other choice but to let Ray Rice go. And again, he probably only had a year or two anyway. All right, he was pretty much at his last leg. But back to what I was saying about Alex Smith, that I believe that after he made that statement, they probably got together and been like, you know what, this guy is a characterist with the direction that the Washington football team is going. Okay, this was probably Snyder, and that new guy, I believe, is Mayhem, that used to play for the Redskins. He's a general manager. Him, Ron Rivera, all right, being like, look, this dude's a characterist or whatever, all right? He's too big for his britches. He's got to go. But at no time, let me tell you, on any profession, do you discuss any front office issues, manning problems, and that kind of stuff, okay? You don't use the media to drop a dime on the organization or whatever that's paying you. All right, and I believe that there could be other ways or whatever, okay? There could be legal ways. There's ways that you can handle things between you and your coach, or let's just say if you're in a whatever profession you do, on your supervisor or your boss or whatever, there's other ways. Yeah, but you don't use the media to drop a dime on your respective organization. I mean, yes, they are paying you. Okay, we can all agree to disagree, but once again, though, all right, there's certain ways that you go about things. So, like, I think that he's in the dilemma that if he does go to another team, he's probably going to be a backup. Probably no other team probably really wants a 37-year-old man. Now, there's exceptions to the rule with Tom Brady and let's see, that other guy, Rivers. He just retired, left the Indianapolis Colts in a good position. Brady went and won a Super Bowl, but those guys are healthy. And then Brady, you know, he's won so many Super Bowls that I think that once he gets to the playoffs, he knows what he's got to do. They don't even need to win and get a first or second seed, if you guys know what I'm talking about. You know, and I'm telling y'all all this stuff from being a jock, from being, you know, in a military structure, civilian. You know, I've been in a civilian structure. I've worked when I was young or whatever. Okay, when I've had my own business, and now I'm self-employed. I'm telling you, it's not the way to do it. They do have like scriptures that I believe, like Proverbs 15:1, saying, "A soft answer turneth away wrath." There's another scripture in Matthew, I believe it's chapter 21, that says, when Jesus was telling the Pharisees, it's not what goes in your mouth, but what comes out of your mouth to defile you, And I'm speaking even for myself. So this is a lesson maybe that you guys can take it and, you know, stimulate thought. All right. Sometimes I have to be careful about what I say. You know, I said a couple of things, I know, on YouTube or whatever, to some guys that I was subscribed to and all that. Okay. And I think that I spoke truth, but it was probably, you know, the way that I've done it or whatever. And it might have, you know, kicked up a little bit of dust, and, you know, I probably was able to find a way to say what I had to say more elaborate, although I try to be elaborate. And, you know, those guys that I'm subscribed to, we're cool now. All right, I get likes. I left a comment like what I'm talking about on this subject on Facebook or whatever, and I got like over 150 responses of mixed feelings. But it is what it is, all right? At the end of the day, you cannot out-cheat justice. You cannot out-cheat authority, all right? And again, my biology teacher, when I think I was in 10th grade, said the parasite does not get bigger than the host. So that's what I wanted to say today about Mr. Smith. I hope him well in his career. And I don't know what way the Washington football team is going to go. They may try to pick up Cam. I think that'll be a great addition or whatever. He can probably rekindle his career or not, okay? But they'll probably be ready to move on if he doesn't produce. All right, I think that's what they may try to go after, okay? Somebody that got some experience, and Cam had already played with Ron Rivera, you know, down in Charlotte, okay? So let's see what happens with that. But anyway, if you like the video, feel free to subscribe, leave your comments, tell me what you think about this video. All right, again, I'm not really trying to go after, but I just think that this should be a learning tool or whatever about considering what you say and how you say it, okay? And sometimes there's got to be a time where you got to keep your mouth shut. All right, peace.